Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Fandom Fitness Friday. I'm PJ with ZooFit, and August is back to school month. And when I think back to school, I remember as a schoolgirl myself, one of my favorite stories growing up was Anne of Green Gables. Well, actually it was my older sister's favorite series. She read all the books, loved it. Looking up to her, I had to read Anne of Green Gables, and I fell in love with this spunky, imaginative girl from Prince Edward Island in the fictional town of Avonlea just as well. Now, Anne of Green Gables is the perfect workout for back to school because, well, we all know that school isn't the normal thing this year. So maybe you're homeschooling, virtually learning, or only going to school part-time. This mobility workout is going to be perfect. You can do it before heading off to school, before heading off to work, or you can use the exercises I'm going to show you, break them up throughout the day, have some stretch breaks, get some mobility, keep us focused, make us more creative and more motivated and inspired to learn this school year. Alright guys, so our Anne of Green Gables workout is a little lower key than some of our other Fandom Fitness workouts. That's because, again, while they go on great adventures throughout Avonlea, Anne of Green Gables and the series itself is not super action-packed. It's not like a Marvel movie or a sci-fi adventure. So we're going to be bringing down the intensity. These are great mobility moves. So again, we're going to be focused on form, focused on going slow and stretching out our muscles, feeling really, really good by the end of this workout. So we have 9 exercises. We're going to be doing 10 reps of each. Some of these are going to take us a while to finish up 10 repetitions. But again, kind of the point to feel pretty good. We have our Green Gables, that's the first book in the series, our Green Gables Good Mornings. Then we have Anne of Avonlea, Around the Worlds. All these books start with Anne. Anne of the Island Inchworms. Anne of Windy Poplars, Leg Swings. So that's going to be 2 different exercises. Anne's House of Dreams, Hip Circles. We have Rilla, that's with Anne's daughter. Rilla of Ingleside, Reverse Pigeon. Ingleside, Invisible Fence. Rainbow Valley, Squat to Forward Fold. And then the Chronicles of Avonlea, Cat Cow. Again, choose your own adventure, whether break that up throughout the day, do them all at once for a morning workout, or again, pick and choose what feels good for you throughout the day, each moment. So, all right, for a couple of these movements, we are going to need one piece of equipment. I'm using an old hiking stick. You can use any kind of pole you may have. If you're at a gym, you can use a dowel rod. You can even use a broomstick, a mop handle, anything that you have around the house that you can use. But our first exercise is the Green Gables Good Morning. So I'm going to place the pole on my shoulders, behind my neck. And I'm going to put my feet about hip width apart. My legs are going to stay straight, but my knees are soft, and I'm going to keep my back straight. We're hinging only at the hips. So I'm going to grip that handle at a neutral place, hinging at the hips. My butt's going to stick out, and I'm going to be coming down to feel a nice deep stretch in those hamstrings. Nice and slow. This is really important to go nice and slow when we're doing this movement. We're going to be doing 10 good mornings, a nice deep stretch, perfect stretch first thing in the morning. Our next one is Anne of Avonlea, Around the Worlds. Again, staying with our pole. We're going to have a wide grip on our poles. Keeping both arms completely straight, we're going to lift our right arm above our head, bring it to our back, and then keeping those arms straight, raise our left arm up overhead and bring the pole back to the front. So we're going to do 10, one direction, going around, making our body the world, going around the world 10 times. And then after 10 rotations, we're going to go back the other direction, lifting our left and then our right arm straight and coming back to front. So there's going to be our Avonlea Around the Worlds. And next is the Anne of the Island Inchworms. Now this is going to be a longer exercise, so if you are using this as a stretching exercise, go ahead and break it up. Maybe do 5, one break, and then 5 the next. I'm starting in a standing position, and I'm going to curl my body forward, and then try to keep my legs straight. Place my hands on the ground. Again, getting that hamstring stretch. Once my hands are on the ground, I'm going to walk out to a plank. Lower my knees, keeping my arms straight, stretching out my back. And then I'm going to come back up to the plank, shift into a downward dog for just 1 moment, stretching out my back and my legs. Walk my hands back to my feet. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine, to keep your hands on the ground. And then slowly curl my way back up. So again, this is a nice slow controlled movement. You can make an inchworm a more cardio strength exercise, but this is mobility. Go nice and slow for our island inchworms. Next is Anne of Green Gables leg swing. So again, windy poplars, our legs are going to be swinging in the wind, so to speak. So if you want to, for stability, for balance, grab your pole. I'm going to be holding in the pole in the same leg. I'm going to be swinging. So my pole's in my left hand, so I'm going to be swinging my left leg back and forth, 10 on each side. Now, if you can only come up to here, that's great, that's fine. But if you want to, you can bring your hip leg up and even touch your toes as you're swinging. So that's going to be 10 on each side. Switch sides, switch the pole. And then after those leg swings back and forward, we're going to do our pendulum swing. So the pole is going to be out front. You can either hold it with both hands or just one. Same thing, 10 swings each side. Again, called pendulum swings. Once again, wherever you're feeling the stretch, if you can bring your leg up, great. If you're staying right here, that's fantastic too. 10 each side, switching sides, switching legs, and opening up those hips. A house of dreams, hip circles. We're going to do 10 each direction, and we're going to start pretty slow, and you can go as at a pace that you feel comfortable with. But we're going to start sticking our hips out in front of us, kicking it to the sides. I'm actually going to be bending my left leg and keeping my right leg completely straight. Come out, hinging again, stretching out those hamstrings, and then kicking my hips to the right, where again my left leg is straight and I have a slight bend in my right leg before I bring it back out front. So that's going to be a nice slow pace. You can kind of do that a couple times. And then start connecting those circles. So connecting that circle to make it a little bit more fluid motion. If you find a spot on your hip that feels pretty good, like, oh, I feel like I need to stretch it out, go ahead and circle around a few minutes or for a few rotations and then go to the other direction. So once again, starting out pretty slow so we get that feel, kicking it out, coming center, kicking it out to the other side, and then coming back forward and then connecting them all around. So these are going to be Anne's House of Dreams hip circles. Rilla is Anne's youngest daughter, and so Rilla of Ingleside, we're going to be doing some reverse pigeons for this exercise. A lot of times pigeon is a great hip and glute stretch, but it's not the easiest one for many people to do. So what we're going to do is a reverse one, lay on our back, and we can have our one leg straight out in front of us, and then we're going to grasp the other one in our hand. You can even hold your ankle and your foot. What we're going to do is bring that foot towards our chest. We're not going to get all the way, but we're going to again stretch it out. We're stretching and we're pulling only to that point of a stretch. You may feel uncomfortable, that's okay. We do not want to go to that point of pain. So if you feel a sharp pain, ease off on that. We're going to be bringing our foot to our chest for a total of 10 times. So we'll relax, bring our foot towards our chest, and then relax, and then switch sides. So once again, hand around the foot, even grasping the ankle, and bring it towards the chest. 10 each side for our Rilla of Ingleside reverse pigeons. Hey, kitty. For Anne of Ingleside invisible fences, we're going to use our pole for one last time. We're going to bring up, holding it in the leg that we're going to be standing on, holding it on the side that we're going to be standing on. We're going to raise up our opposite leg, and then we're going to act like we're going over an invisible fence. So again, using this as stability and balance. We're going to kick up our heel so it's equal to our knee, go over that invisible fence, keep that ankle up like we're kicking our butt, and then release it down. And then go the opposite direction. We're going to kick our butt, raise our knee to equal to level out with our ankle, go back over that invisible fence, and then place your foot down. That's going to be 1. And then we're going to do, for this, because it is a bit intense on your hips, we're going to do 5 each way on each side. So again, a total of 10. Switching sides, once again, bringing that knee up, bring it to the side, go over that invisible fence, kick our butt, and come back down. That's almost 1. Go back the other way. Raise up that ankle, over the invisible fence, and that will be 1 repetition on each side. And Rainbow Valley squat to forward fold is going to be looking like we're going to be almost creating a rainbow and arc of our bodies. But this one is going to be different for different level, depending on what level you're at. So what we're going to do is start going into a squat, and so as deep of a squat that you can get to. So if you're all the way to the ground, that's perfect. That's great. If you're only up to here, that's great too. But we're going to get to that as deep as a squat as you can get to. And then again, trying where is comfortable. I'm going to be placing my fingers under my toes. But if you need to grab your ankles or even grab your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. But we're going to go from the squat to a forward fold. So I'm going to just simply lifting my legs, keeping my chest down, and go into that forward fold. So once again, if you need to, you can be grabbing your calves, you can be grabbing your thighs, your ankles, wherever it is that you are comfortable, or if you can, underneath your toes to come back down. We're going to be doing 10 of these. You're going to feel deep, deep stretches each time you go from a squat to a forward fold, and then back to a squat again. And our last exercise is going to be the Chronicles of Avonlea cat-cow. So what we're going to do is get on all fours, and we're going to be in a cat position, which is arched up, so kind of like a scared cat, and then a cow position with our back collapsed. But this is a very engaged mobility exercise. So when we're in cat, we're pressing our hands into the floor, and our chin is going to come down towards our chest as we arch our back up, trying to carve our stomach into the ceiling. Then when we come into cow, it's very exaggerated. We're going to stick that butt out, lift our head up towards the sky, and stretching out. So we're going to be doing 10 each way as we finalize our Anne of Green Gables mobility workout. Once again, you can do any of these exercises throughout the day. Wonderful ways to break up your day, maybe moving from subject to subject, or if you're switching focus, maybe even at work, setting that timer, getting up, stretching, doing some inchworms, doing some leg swings, whatever it takes to keep us moving, keep us focused. Remember to eat clean, live green, train positive. I'll see you guys next week.